Hey, this is Bill Manchester. I'm going to do a little video on synchronous learning. This is through the Interdisciplinary work group. We're doing some PD. So, a couple things here. First of all, I'm talking on a microphone through this little headset. You don't need a headset. Um, Quality's a little bit better than if you're talking into the microphone on the laptop. And any writing that I do is through this Wacom, and I think it's called a bamboo stylus specifically for this brand, with a pen. And as a math teacher, I can cut a problem out from anywhere. It could be I could take something from Khan Academy, could take anything, but now I can go through and solve any problem. So let's say I say, hey, we need to find the slope of this, so I need to get y by itself. Subtract 3x from both sides, and even while I'm doing this, I could hide it. I could have already had it written out, and I could slide down explaining the steps I'm doing. I also am currently recording um, the screen I'm on. Like I could have shared my screen during a Zoom, and I'll show a couple ways if you're on Zoom how to share this information, so I could have this notebook and I could be talking this out because someone could say, hey, I have a problem with number 3, and I could show the workout. But as I'm going through and solving this problem, and I could be talking about how I'm doing it, and now we're going through and we'll get to the solution. Okay, so again, with my stylist, you could also have a document camera tied up so that would show up on your screen, um, and you could do it that way. So I use the stylus, but there's multiple ways to show the actual writing that you're doing right then and there. And that, again, it could be, by hand going through and editing a document and showing students how you're going about that process. So right now for Zoom, we're talking about synchronous learning. So I'm going to start a meeting with just myself. And there you go. Hey, there's me with my headset. So I'm going to share my screen. So a couple things I could do. I have my, you see the share screen, and I have my screen I just worked on, and I could add a bunch of things here. Um, I could talk about parallel lines, whatever I'm talking about, and they'd be able to see that screen. Let's go back. Let me stop share. Let me come back and share screen again. The Zoom whiteboard I always found was pretty helpful. And again, I could type things in, I could cut and paste things here, but with the draw, again, this is actually nice and thin, so I could then go through and show all the work to get that done. I could change the color of whatever I'm doing. 2 plus 7 equals 9. And they're watching me do this and they're hearing me say it. And I could come down to the very bottom of the screen and I could cut out a problem that I already had. I could cut a piece of the notes out and post it on here. So let's just say I had different notes, and of course I don't have that now, so let me cut that. But again, I could have that previously done or just move away from my screen and do that. You could save this, you could clear all the drawings. Okay, you come down, sorry, I kicked off the page, but I could come down here and I could add a page, so I could keep going to have multiple pages and save that while the discussion. So a lot of times for me, I'd be on problem 3, one for problem 4, and then I go back and show them what the work we just did on problem 3. And it's something I could even the kids could submit work, and I could grab Johnny's problem 5 and post his work up and go through and dissect what he did. So this was very helpful for the time that we were using Zoom all the time. Um, Let me end the meeting. And I have my own YouTube channel, and I would highly recommend everyone trying to make their own YouTube channel so that you can post any videos. But one of the things that I've been just playing with these last couple of days is going live, whether it's a webcam or a stream. So if I had a stream, give it whatever name it's going to be, call it education. I could schedule it for later. Yes, it's made for kids, and create my stream. And now, again, who knows what it's going to look like in the fall or winter, but I could have my class and they could be watching me live on YouTube. And then I could shut it down after whatever presentation I needed to do. And then we can go through and we could get the students to meet up on Zoom, and I could break them up into their smaller groups to work and jump in with groups of 5, groups of 2, however that may be. So that's currently what I'm trying to get better at, and I think it's pretty exciting, all the things that we can use, but at the same time it can be overwhelming. So my suggestion is, and I feel like I have a good little routine. I know my Smart Notebook or my Mimeo notebook might not be the best solution for all subjects, but whatever tool you find, you can use, and if you can present it on a projector, then you can make that into a video so that if that student doesn't join, they can watch it at 6 in the morning, 6 at night, or midnight. And then they at least have a chance to watch as you're going through and teaching. And anything you create for 2020, if you do it generically for a certain topic, then it can be used for 2021, 2025, 2030, and you can slowly start to build up your channel. And I said I was going to talk about that, and of course I didn't talk about it, but within my channel, where is here's my YouTube channel, and let me kick back to my channel, and just to show, so I have my videos, and I have a library, and let me go to my library, and actually, here you go. So for my calculus, I have everything broken down into different units. I have some videos of my boys and some football stuff, but within Unit 3, it goes through and I have it organized based on how I would teach a class. Do I have every part of my notes on a video? No, but I continue to add each year, and it gets bigger and bigger, so I can say, hey, I know we have class today, but for next class, watch the notes, and I have skeleton notes, and they follow along my video and fill it in, so I can physically check their notes. Did they do their homework or not do their homework? Now we can review it, answer questions, give them a warm-up tied to that, or assessment tied to those notes, and then we can keep moving forward. So it's been very, very helpful for me to have this YouTube channel. And again, whatever tool works for you, use that tool, use some way of recording it, and then you can get that out as asynchronous lesson. But now you can also use some of these things that you do with the kids synchronously that you can record for later for those kids that weren't able to be involved then. So your work does it. So you don't have to keep reinventing the wheel. You could do it once and then continue to use that. So hopefully this helps.